Good morning, everybody. It's a nice, bright, sunny winter's day in June in Johannesburg, South Africa. I guess when I talk like that, it sounds like I think I have an international audience. Well, if you're a South African, you've always got one or two friends that have immigrated. So to a certain extent, I know at least one of those guys does watch my videos. So I have an international audience. Hey, Baker, we miss you, buddy. Anyway, on to this morning's topic, 21 million Bitcoins. Is that going to be enough? Okay, now in previous videos, we have discussed the scarcity of Bitcoins. Bitcoin is a very, very scarce commodity, and that's what gives it its value. It also helps it to not run away with inflation. It keeps it stable. We all know the rules, and it's the first decentralized democracy decentralized democratic currency, if I can put it that way. Well, stumbling with those words there. Okay, so if there's only going to be 21 million, we might be concerned. We might say, hey, is that going to be enough Bitcoin to serve the entire world? With South Africa, we've got 55 to 60 million citizens or people in our country. And worldwide, there's over 7 billion people. So 21 million, is that going to make it? Is that going to be enough coins? Okay, so let me explain why it is going to be enough coins, because it certainly is. Now, Bitcoin, okay, if we take a rand, for example, let's take a rand. We can divide it up into 100 parts, and these parts are called cents, and we all know that. So, you know, half a rand is 50 cents. That's pretty straightforward and obvious. Okay, so how many cents can we divide a Bitcoin into? Now, with Bitcoin, in Bitcoin terms, we don't call them cents, we call them Satoshis. So you can say Satoshis are, in fact, Bitcoin cents. Okay, so one Bitcoin can be divided into 100 million Satoshis. Okay, so now I think that we're feeling a little bit more at ease. If there's one Bitcoin, there is enough for every person in South Africa to get probably 2 or just under 2 Satoshis. So one Bitcoin could serve the entire South Africa population with at least 1 unit. Okay, so because Bitcoin is scarce and it is mined now and it is introduced as one Bitcoin, in the future we will see it being ridiculous pricing things in Bitcoin. It would be the equivalent of saying, let's say, for example, having a 1 million rand note. I know that might happen one day, but right now that seems a little bit ludicrous. And also, maybe it would be as ridiculous as pricing things in tons of gold. You know, it would be points, blah, blah, blah. So one Bitcoin, 100 million Satoshis. In the future, we can expect to see things priced in Satoshis. So there is definitely enough. It should not be a concern that there's not enough Bitcoin to serve the entire world, because there is. But having said that, can you imagine how wealthy and how scarce it is, how wealthy you would be if you owned just one single Bitcoin in the future? That's me out.